scientists have been attempting to raise awareness about climate change and its severe impacts on the environment, human health, and the economy. However, some Christians have been skeptical about the issue, often citing religious beliefs as a reason for their doubts. In an effort to address these concerns and encourage Christians to take action, scientists have employed various strategies to manipulate their perspectives on climate change. One approach scientists have taken is to emphasize the moral and ethical implications of climate change. Many Christians believe in the importance of caring for creation and protecting the vulnerable, and scientists have sought to tap into these values by highlighting the disproportionate impact of climate change on poor and marginalized communities. For example, researchers have pointed out that climate-related disasters, such as hurricanes and droughts, often affect the most vulnerable populations, including the poor, children, and the elderly. By framing climate change as a moral issue, scientists aim to appeal to Christian sense of compassion and justice. Another strategy scientists have used is to engage with Christian leaders and organizations to build support for climate action. Some notable examples include the Evangelical Environmental Network, which has worked to promote environmental stewardship within the evangelical community, and the Catholic Climate Covenant, which has encouraged Catholics to take action on climate change. By partnering with these organizations, scientists have been able to reach a broader audience and build trust with Christian communities. Scientists have also attempted to address the theological concerns that some Christians may have about climate change. For instance, some Christians have argued that climate change is a sign of the end times or a punishment from God, rather than a result of human activities. To counter these views, scientists have pointed out that the Bible teaches the importance of caring for creation and being good stewards of the earth. They have also highlighted the scientific evidence that climate change is primarily caused by human activities, such as burning fossil fuels and deforestation, rather than divine intervention. In addition, scientists have sought to use language and imagery that resonates with Christians. For example, some researchers have used biblical references, such as the story of Noah's Ark, to illustrate the importance of taking action to protect the environment. Others have employed metaphors, such as the concept of stewardship, to describe the role that humans play in caring for the earth. By using language and imagery that is familiar to Christians, scientists aim to make the issue of climate change more relatable and accessible. Furthermore, scientists have tried to provide Christians with practical solutions and actions that they can take to address climate change. This includes promoting energy efficiency, renewable energy, and sustainable land use practices, as well as encouraging individuals to reduce their carbon footprint through simple actions, such as using public transport, carpooling, or driving electric vehicles. By providing concrete steps that Christians can take, scientists hope to empower them to make a positive impact on the environment. However, some critics have argued that scientists' attempts to manipulate Christians on the issue of climate change are insincere or even manipulative. They contend that scientists are using emotional appeals and rhetorical devices to sway Christians, rather than relying on scientific evidence. Others have suggested that scientists are trying to impose a particular worldview or set of values on Christians, rather than respecting their autonomy and agency. Despite these criticisms, it is clear that scientists are motivated by a genuine desire to address the urgent issue of climate change and to encourage Christians to take action. By engaging with Christian communities, emphasizing the moral and ethical implications of climate change, and providing practical solutions, scientists hope to build a broader coalition of support for climate action. Ultimately, the goal is not to manipulate Christians, but to inspire them to join the effort to protect the planet and ensure a sustainable future for all.